YouTube, what is going on? Parker here, making another video for y'all. Now, last year, one of my most popular videos was me getting a Sundown SA8. I think it was like the Rev 3, and just seeing how loud we could push that little guy. That video did really, really well, so decided to step it up with the help from CT Sounds today. We got two of their new 2021 absolutely massive MESO 8-inch subs. We're going to see what these things are made of and how loud we can get them. Let's get right into this, guys. That is right. We got the brand new 2021 MESO 8s from CT Sounds. Now, I want to give CT Sounds a massive, massive shout out for sending me these subs to make a video for y'all. Now, another thing is, they said they want me to give one of these away to one of y'all after the video. So that is what we are going to be doing, assuming we don't damage them or anything like that. Should we, I'll probably just end up buying one, a brand new one from them, and sending it to you. So to be entered to that, all you got to do, guys, is of course be subscribed to this channel, like this video, and leave a comment. Now, CT Sounds also sent me a little surprise over here. Very, very excited to see this. Let's go ahead and get this opened up so we can see what is in there, and then we'll unbox the subs. Let's get this guy open and see what we got. Very, very nice. Look at this. We got the AT1400.1D. Really cool box, something different. Kind of like a shoe box with kind of a wood looking material, but it is just some sort of paper. Awesome. We got some big old decals. We got the amp remote over here with the bass adjustment, and this does have a clipping light, so that is excellent. So excited to try this out. Really, really beautiful amp over here, guys. We got nice zero gauge inputs, and it is all Phillips screws, which just makes everything a lot easier, in my opinion. Nice looking outputs as well. Over here, we do have our inputs and outputs for RCAs, and they are Tiffany style connectors. I wish everybody did that, guys. So, so cool. Of course, have all our adjustments over here. And then what's really neat, they have this clear case, so you can see everything they got going on inside here. What I think is really neat about that, guys, they're not trying to hide what they got going on in here. They're showing it all, which I think is just really, really cool on their part. Next up, let's go over one of these subs. Of course, this is the 8-inch version. These are 800 watts RMS, which for a little 8-inch sub, that is just wild. We do have a 2.5-inch voice coil, which again, for an 8-inch sub, is really, really big. These are dual 4 ohms, so since we have 2 of them, we'll be able to wire it down to, both of them down to 1 ohm. And it has a Y35 triple stack magnet. Check these guys out. It's so crazy seeing such little subs with such massive, massive motors and surrounds, and even that coil in there. We have a super stiff cone, nice big old high roll surround. We have dual leads sewn into the spider. That coil in there, it does look to be the black coated coil. Then we have this big bottom plate down here. Of course, lots of venting. So very, very cool. Now, for the 2021 version, they really pretty much revamped the whole thing. So I'm going to go over that real quickly for y'all. First of all, they did drop the price on these. They used to retail for like $192. Now they're down to $179. So always nice to have a price cut, especially in today's world where most stuff seems to be getting more expensive. They did change the surround. This is more of a competition mega roll surround than the previous version. They updated the spider. The previous spider only had 4 rolls, whereas this has 5 rolls. That just allows for easier and more excursion, I believe. They added a triple joint. Don't know if y'all can see it. There it is. They added a triple joint in this guy, which was not in the previous version as well. They added more cooling. I believe the previous version only had the center venting right here. It did not have the additional coil venting as well. They updated the tinsel leads. The old one had flat tinsel leads, whereas this has the dual round tinsel leads. I believe they said some of the old ones were having some issues with the tinsel leads coming undone from the coil, and they said doing this fixed that issue. They also now have 8-gauge push terminals as opposed to 10-gauge push terminals on the old one. That is awesome. Y'all know I hate it when a beefy subwoofer has little teeny terminals that you can barely fit, you know, the wire into. So really, really glad that they upgraded that. Overall, just a really, really great looking sub, and it sounds like they got a bunch of improvements over the old one. That being said, we're really going to put these things kind of to the test and see how they hold up. Now, I know CT Sounds sent me that amp, and that amp is really meant to kind of pair up with those subs. So we're going to hook up that amp and power the subs with it just to see how that does. I think it's going to do fine, but I know what y'all are thinking. Y'all are thinking, Parker, you have a 12,000 watt amp, and we really want to see the subs get pushed with that 12,000 amp. So if y'all stick around till the end of the video, we are going to be hooking these guys up to this 12K just to see how they hold up. Gotta stick to the end of the video, though. Shh, don't go telling CT Sounds I'm doing this for y'all, so don't be getting me in trouble. As for a box, we got this Scar box over here. Now, y'all know I use the 12-inch single one a whole bunch for a lot of my reviews. As far as a prefab box goes, these really are pretty good. They actually make them to a pretty decent spec, and you actually get nice kerf ports, and they even like round off some of the edges in there and whatnot. So overall, guys, they're really half-decent boxes. That being said, they don't seem to think through absolutely everything. The wire does not come out far enough to hook it up to anything. Same on this side, so kind of a big fail there. That's as far as it goes. So I'm going to have to pull out the terminals, get some longer wire on there. But other than that, really, really slick looking box. And I think it'll do all right. Let's see if the sub will fit inside the holes here. Ah, fits in there perfect. We've got this little CT Sounds amp hooked up. This thing looks awesome. Quality on it is excellent. And fortunately, I can actually leave this box in here. The little box with the 2/8 will fit right in here. So let's power this thing on, make sure it works, and then we'll throw the subs in. Very cool. We are on and good to go. this 1400 watt amp really pushes these guys pretty nicely. Also love the bass knob. Having the clipping light on the bass knob is super, super handy, guys. Now, of course, the title of this video is how loud can two huge 8s get? So we're gonna hook up the dB meter and then test these guys out first on the CT Sounds amp just to see what we can squeeze out of there. And then, after that, we'll hook it up to the tar amps and see what we can really push it to. I'm gonna start out by playing a sweep tone, just so we can see where the subs and box likes to peak at. Okay. Let's come over to here. As you can see, we got a 123.4. And let's see. And that was at 53 hertz. Real low power there, but we got a nice little 132.1. We got a 133.3. We'll give her one more shot. The amp is clipping though, so probably won't do much. Definitely was louder, but definitely clipping too. Not bad though, guys. 136, so basically got a 137, which I know doesn't sound like a lot from what the stuff I normally get, but you gotta think this is only a 1400 watt amp. Normally we're doing these tests with a 12,000 watt amp, and with only 2 8s, really not bad at all. Well, let's hook this guy up to the big boy amp and see what we can do. Now before I hook these up to the 12K, I do wanna say that, long story short, I actually have 3 of these, so I will be sending one out that perfectly works and that is not extra used and abused like these guys will probably get off this tar amps. Just wanted to make sure y'all know you will be getting a fully functioning sub in the giveaway. Got it hooked up to the big amp, and we got the SMD AMM1 hooked up just so we can see how much power we put through these little guys. About 3,000 watts there. And not bad, got that 139.4. Give her another shot. Ooh, that maxed them out really bad there, guys, but almost 5,000 watts through those things, but only saying a 138.6. Okay, we've got the window rolled up now. Maybe that'll help. Guys, it is maxing out terribly. 4,700 watts there. And it's only saying a 136.7. So it's just overpowering it so bad, and they're maxing out so bad that we're not getting any higher dB. So I'm actually going to turn it down a little bit and try some different frequencies just to see if that gives us any difference. Let's try 50 hertz, just see what it does. That's about 4,000 watts. And we got a 136.6. Let's try 45 hertz. 4,100 watts. And actually we gained a little bit. Got a 137.5. Let's try 40 hertz just to see what we get. There we go. That's about 3,500 watts. And we got a 136. Got it turned up a little bit at 40 hertz just to see what she does. Shoo! We had those things moving there. 6,500 watts, guys. That is crazy. But we got a 135.3. Let's see. Both these guys feel just fine. That's pretty interesting. I'm surprised after putting that much power through it, we didn't tear a spider or do something like that yet. Not too bad, guys. These things must be built pretty well. They still seem to be working just fine. So, couldn't quite squeeze a 140 out of these things, but I was looking back at my video from when I did the single Sundown 8. Got 45 hertz set. Only got a little above 137 on that guy. So having both of these in here, we gained 2 dB, which is actually really, really awesome, guys. Very good gains. And listen, the fact that I'm even getting close to a 140 on 2 8-inch subwoofers in this big of a car is absolutely nuts. An 8-inch subwoofer has very little surface area, and it doesn't allow for nearly as much excursion as a 12-inch or bigger sub. So it's really, really hard to get good just scores out of these guys. But still, these guys took 6,500 watts in a burst, and they still seem to be totally good to go. Got these out just to kind of inspect them after putting that much power through them. They're obviously a lot softer, but everything looks in pretty good shape. All the tensils look fine. Just make sure we show you all of them. And then all the way around, I don't see the spider torn anywhere or anything like that. Also, I want you to be able to see just kind of how much X-Max these things have for being such a teeny little woofer. Probably doesn't do it justice in this video, but it really does stretch a good deal. These little guys took a beating. Such a fun video. Once again, huge shout out to CT Sounds for letting me try these guys out for you along with the amp. If you want to grab one of these subs or the amp, I will put links in the description below. If you click on that link, it is an affiliate link. So should you click on that link and then purchase something through their website, helps the channel out so much, guys. Really appreciate it. Y'all are the reason I get to do what I do. So yeah, guys, check that link, and remember to like, comment, and subscribe to be entered for the contest, and I'll be picking one of you guys here soon. Y'all, that was a fun video, but that's gonna do it for the day. Stay tuned for more.